just joined, so welcome to the webinar on the engaging student in the online class. So since this is an engaging webinar, so I hope that all of you also will engage with me in this webinar. We're going to do some activities and everything. So since I've already introduced myself, so I want all of you to get engaged into one activity. So I'm going to post to you a link. So I want all of you to go to this link. Okay, wait, I'll share you the link. Okay, so if you can go to the Google Doc. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do an ice-breaking activity. For the first one, what you have to do is fill in your name in one of the box. Okay, make sure you didn't put your name inside the other people's box. Okay, and then you can put your emoji or Bitmoji. If you have Bitmoji, then you can put your Bitmoji inside here. If you don't have emoji, so what you have to do, go to the insert image, and then you can search the web. You can search emoji. So you can describe what kind of mood that you are right now. So if you're happy, if you're angry, or if you're bored or you're scared, so you can put it inside here. So I want to delete my picture and in the box here. You can fill in this box because we are going to use this one as a grouping for the next activity later. Okay. Okay, Dr. Natasha is smiling. Dr. Maratu Fazila with the love in the eyes. Okay, we are going to see a lot of emoji here. Dr. Alia, so cute with the red, with the red cheek. Dr. Natasha changing the emoji. Dr. Fadila, that's very cute. Is it your child? Your pictures? The picture? Dr. Fadila?
No, online.
Oh, okay. I thought your baby. That's look mischievous, Dr. Sadiq. Okay, so while doing that, okay, so I'm going back to the slide and showing you why we do this kind of activity. Okay, so have you ever asked question in the class where the student did not respond at all to your question? So what if you have experienced the same thing, you can type Y in the chat and for no in the chat. Okay, yes, right. Usually that's the same thing happened to me. Okay, so you don't have to worry because everyone has experienced the same things. Okay, so before this I didn't know why I didn't I asked question but didn't say anything. Okay, so now since I've already know, I want to share it with you. Okay, the first thing is because they are not connected to us. Sorry. Okay, so they're not connected. So why they are not connected? Usually, is it the same thing happened to me? Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to the class. So I hope everyone is well. So now we are going to start with our class. That's the normal things that we do, right? Is it? If yes, type yes. Yes, right. Dr. Mareto, Dr. Jana, Dr. Natasha. So the first thing that we have to do before we start the class, we have to connect with them. How do we want to connect with them? the first thing, maybe we want to have some activity, like icebreaker activity like I've done previously. Maybe it is a short activity, but even if it is a silly activity, if that time is given to them to get engaged with the things that we want to say after that, then it is a good investment to our time during the class, even if it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the class. We don't go directly to the slide and then just go with the lecture without saying anything to the student, and then everyone is already listening. Okay, 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 done. Okay, and then they are gone. Okay, so that's why it is good if we connect with them with some activities before we start the lecture, so that they feel that we are welcoming them into the class. Okay, so now the next one is, how do we want to connect with them? Through communicate well and communicate often. Okay, so this one we can perform, maybe it can goes up to 7 days before the semester start. Let's say you already have the list of the student, right? And then you can get them into the Telegram or into the WhatsApp group, and then when they already in the group, you might want to say hello to them, and then okay, we are going to start our class, and I'm going to use Google Classroom as the activity, and then sharing anything with you. So I want all of you to go to the classroom. So you give them to the link, and then we are showing to them that we are ready for the class even 7 days before the class start, right? So then it can goes up to the nearing to the class. Let's say 15 minutes before the class. Good morning, everyone. What are you doing? We are going to start our class in 15 minutes. Can anybody in this WhatsApp group can post the link to the class, so that they will know and they will prepare themselves before the class. Okay, so that's the first point where how we want to engage to the student. Okay, now the next one, why they didn't answer? Because maybe they don't feel safe in our class. Okay, so how do we if let's say you are a student, what kind of feeling you want student to for you to feel, if to feel safe in that class. Okay, so I want you to do some activity in here. Okay, so there's a lot of message here. Sorry. If you can go to the Mentimeter link here, so you can put 3 words on what you can define as a safe environment in the class. Okay, so anybody is going to into the Mentimeter? So you can click on the Mentimeter, and then you can click on, you can put at least 3 words on the what you define as safe. What if you're in the class, how do you want to define that class? Is it what acceptable, or if you're familiar with the tool, you know we have friends, you know the lecturer, and then other people, other words, you can also put other words. So we wait for everyone to fill in. Acceptable, attractive, engaging, familiar with the true, tree, paper, plastic. Testing. Okay, informative, engaging. Okay, so anything else? Okay, attractive. So many of you want the class to be attractive, right? We don't want to be left over and then okay, just listening and everything without knowing anything in the class. Okay, so here are among the words that have been shared with you. So if we are, okay, now if we go to the safe environment, we can define it as these words. Okay, so can you see the slide again? No, for Mentimeter, no, student will not see the what are the other student enter. But what have been seen is only the things that appear on the Mentimeter cloud. Okay, yeah. But if we display and then you can see that one. Okay, so now I want to present, go to show you what are the words that we can relate to the safe environment. Okay, so did you see the slides? Can you see the slide? If yes, no. Okay, wait, I'm presenting again. Okay, can you see? It's quite slow. Black screen. Maybe it's a little bit slow due to the internet. Wait, I'll try to. Okay, you can see, right? Can you see the words? Okay, so here are some of the words that can be relate to the safe environment where students feel that we are accepting them into the class. They are feel respectful, and then they can be feel that the class is meaningful to them. Okay, so they will feel comfortable inside the class, so then it will be a safe environment for them. If they didn't feel like this environment in the class, they will not respond to us. They will not see, they will not, let's say if I ask if you have any problem, if you have any question, can you type yes or no on the chat? No, they're not going to give any response to us. So in the first place, we have to connect, and then we have to create the environment, safe environment to them first. Then they're going to respond to us. Okay, so how do we want to create this environment? Okay, there are several ways on how we can start this setting up the positive classroom experience. For example, you can promote and respect in all situations. Sometimes student will ask silly question. Sometimes it can be something like not related to the lecture we are giving, but we have to be respectful to them. So we try to make them feel like, okay, no problem, you can ask any silly question. Silly question also can be something that we can learn with it, right? Okay, so you can also discuss with student, and the lecturer and also the student can set up something like, okay, in this class, I hope you can do something like this one. I hope you can do, you can engage with me during the class and everything. So that one we can set before we start the whole semester lecture. In the first class, maybe you want to do some activities first without going to the lecture first, and then discuss on what are your expectation and objective in that class. Okay, so you can also define class etiquette. Let's say you okay, during my lecture, I don't want you to speak or doing other things, but after that, if I called you, you can open your unmute yourself, and then introduce yourself, and then you can speak to us. Okay, so that's another things that we can do to create the positive classroom experience. You can also encourage open dialogue. If your class, you okay, in this class it is going to be open dialogue, so what you have to do, just encourage them towards that, give them the hint that that's what we want in the class. Okay, okay, now I'm showing, can you see the next slide on? This is example of one class pledge done by the student. It is a high school students project, but it is good also if you want to implement in our class. It's quite slow. Can you see the yes or no? No, no, not yet. Okay, so let's see what's wrong. So I'll stop presenting first. I will show you again. Okay, present. Okay. Okay. It's a black screen. Can all of you see again? No. Maybe I have to show you from the slide. Black screen, black screen. So I'll try to show you using the PowerPoint, because the slide is from the online slide. Maybe it's a little bit slow to load. So I'm going to change to the PowerPoint. Okay, wait for a minute. Stop. When I stop presenting, then it come. Present. Okay, maybe this one will be better. So can all of you see this one? Okay, so much better, right? So okay, so this is one example on the pledge performed by that I found in the internet. So it says that in our class we want everyone to respect each other, try our best, we are a team, we celebrate each other's success, and also we create, we learn, and we learn from the mistake. So that's how they create their own part of pledge in the class. Okay, so now if anyone have any question, if you have question, please type yes, or you can unmute and ask the question, or if no, you can type N, and then we can go to the next point. Yes, no, can anyone? Do you have any question?
Dr. Fifa. So
Yes.
this is some activities that we can do to get like ice breaking, or to just ensure that like we are welcoming the student.
Maybe this one in the first class of the before we start with our lecture and everything, in the first class we want to say that okay, this is what we are going to do you can do in a group. Okay, so then what are the pledge that you want in this our class, in our class? Let's say we want everyone to respect each other or anything, so they come up with the points themselves. Let's say we want everyone to contribute in the work class. Okay, so then they were going to put it in pledge. Okay, is it answering your question, Dr. Jana?
Yeah, maybe I just got idea that maybe this activity can be divided into each group, and one group give one pledge.
Yes, yes.
That then
So we can be
yeah.
creative on that one. So this one you can start before, but this one must be done before we start the lecture. Okay, so that everyone is aware about the pledge and everything, so that during the class, oh, okay, everyone already said the pledge. So now you have, we must follow our pledge. So this is our objective in our class. Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Jana, for the question. So if there is no more question, okay, instead of us who came up with all the rules, let the student contribute. Yes, of course, we can give them the freedom to set their own rules in the class. Okay, let's say if it is a group class, or I don't want, let's say one student said, I want everyone to contribute to the exam, into the project. If those people didn't contribute, you will be kicked out from the group or something like that. So it is up to them to set that rules for their class. Okay, so but of course we still have to facilitate with that, all the pledge and everything. So we don't want it to be a like two lengthy pages for just for the pledge and also for the rules, right? So then it becomes too rigid for them to do anything in the class. Okay, so anything else? No. If no, you can type N in the chat. Okay, so now we're going into the next topic. So if you can see in the slide here, what do you think about this picture? What can you describe in this? You can type in the chat. What do you think about the thing? The thing is what is happening in the picture here? Okay. Unclear direction or instruction, different thought. Yeah. Okay, so no clear instruction. Yes, perception of others not the same as ours. Okay, so this is showing one person showing a direction to one and another person. So one person giving the one who give the direction already know the direction, right? And then, oh, okay, you can go straight and then go to the right and then go this one and this one and this one, because we already can imagine. Okay, so that's its lecturer. This is us. We already know the knowledge, so we expect student to read our mind usually, right? We can say, okay, this one is so easy, but we already have perception that people can follow us. So usually it will become other than what we want. Okay, so that's why. So thank you for everyone for giving the comment. So that is true. So what we are going to see is, if we want student to know what we want, if we want student to follow what we want, so we have to give a clear instruction. So if not, if it is going to be like this one. Let's say, Gus, you're only written 4 words in your journal. Yes, but I fill in 2 pages. Maybe we say, okay, write a 2 pages journal. That's it. But we didn't give specific instruction to them. Okay, so that's why we're going to see these students. Okay, everyone is clear, no, right, and everything. We are just saying it on just our we just perception that student will understand us, but in the right things is we have to give clear instruction. Okay, how do we want to give clear instruction? Okay, here are some for the 4 C's of effective instruction. First, of course, it has to be clear. Clear, consistent, corrective, and connected. So clear is giving a clear words for them. So I want you to do this, to do this, to do this. And it has to be consistent. For example, in the class, I said, okay, if you want to say yes, you say why. If you don't know, you don't want to ask question, you type N. But in the next class, you type. If you say yes, you put slash. In the next class, you put it something else. Okay, so then it is not consistent from one class to another. Then there will be confusion. So the next one is corrective. And corrective meaning that if they ask question and then okay, madam, is it like this one, like this one? Okay, no, you are supposed to do like this one, and like this one. So if they are not correct, so we correct them. So that's corrective. And another one is connected. So connected is what? Connected. So you cannot be, it is for assignment 3, but you are giving instruction for assignment 1 or assignment 2, which is not meet to each other. It is not connected to the one that we want them to finish. Okay, so everyone is clear on these 4 points? Any question on this 4C of effective instruction? If you have any question, type yes. Why? If no, then you can we can go to next point. Okay. Oh, before we go to the next point, we want to see here. Dr. Suhaili is here. Dr. Suhaili?
Yes.
Can you? I want to recheck. Okay. Can you recall what is the 4 C's of effective effective instructions?
Okay, if not mistaken, we have 4 C's. So the first one is clear, consistent, corrective, connected. Is it correct?
Correct. Thank you very much, Dr. Suhaili. So thank you.
My reward, right?
Inshallah, a cup of coffee maybe after the class. Okay. So now, okay, why I'm doing this thing with Dr. Suhaili? Okay, so we recall with the things that I've learned, I've teach you in the class. Okay, so this one going to our 4th point, which is keep student in check. We cannot expect them to pay attention 100%, but we have to do some spot check, like I did with Dr. Suhaili. Or maybe you can give, Dr. Suhaili, I give you 1 minute. Okay, after that, I'm going to come back to you. Can you explain on this thing? Okay, if let's say after 1 minute, you go back to them and then there's no sound. Suhaili, where are you? Nobody is answering. So meaning that might be that student is not there. He's only opening the Google Meet or the Zoom, but physically is not there. So you are not speaking to the student, but speaking to the screen. So that's why it is important for us to do some spot check. Yes, we can have fun. We can have a lot of games and activity, but sometimes we have to be critical on this thing also. We want to do some spot check because we only see screens, right? Like we don't know whether the student is paying attention or not. So that is one method to do the checking. And I would like to encourage also for all of you to do the attendance, although it is not compulsory for during the ERTL. But attendance is a good things to do. So this one, I try to do the attendance checking also during the class previously, and it happened like there is one student that's left behind. Let's say I have 7 class, he only attend 1 or 2, something like that. So I keep wondering. So after like 5 class, so I try to ask ask the students, other students, what happened to this student and everything. So they said, I don't know, madam. But then they share their number his number with me. So I tried to contact him, and it happened that he has to take care of his brothers, sisters, and then in the same time he has to do some activity to increase the meaning to gain some money for their family, because his mother is not is already passed away, and then he already his father also not feeling well and already being terminated from the work. So he had to do a lot of things at the same time, so I cannot attend with the class and do the assignment and everything. So we want to keep that in mind, so that again, we want them to feel safe in our class, right? So if we know their condition, at least we can do something to help them. So we know that there are a lot of students who try to take advantage also with us, right? But then we try to be not to judge them. We try to keep that empathy with us, so that because we don't know their situation, maybe from 50 students only 1 or 2 is like that. But if we didn't give it a spot check, not only to the student, to ourselves, then that student will be left behind, right? So that's the fourth point, which is keep student in check. If you have any other way on how you keep your student in check, also you can share in the chat. Maybe you can call, there is a call or anything. Yeah, be a good student. Okay, so thank you for giving a good response and also engaging with this class. Okay, so if you have any question on this point, do you have any question on this point? If you have any question, you can type yes, or you can unmute and ask the question, or no. Okay, Dr. Fadila, Dr. Natasha also. Okay, so can we go to the next point? So the first, the fifth active things that we want to do is to diversify the teaching mode. Okay, so what do I mean by diversifying the teaching mode? Okay, so can you see the picture here? We have 4 modes of teaching. What is the first one? Okay, I'm showing. The first picture is showing. Can you the one with the kids and also the person. Okay, Dr. Natasha, Dr. Jana, storytelling, right? The first one is storytelling. The second one, narrative. Yes, Dr. Sadiq. Exercise. What is he doing? What is he presenting? What is practical example, activity, demo? Okay, the second one is instructing. Yes, instructing. The third one, the one with the hair like this, and this one is one of the character in the one of the cartoon that my daughter love to look to watch. This is lecture teacher, yes. And the fourth one will be explaining better. Okay, so the fourth one is group activity. So what is what did the lecturer do in this area, in this thing, discussion? So the lecturer will facilitate. Okay, so these are the 4 modes of teaching. The first one is storytelling. The second one is instructing. The third one is teaching, and the fourth one is facilitating. Okay, so in our class, we don't want all our class to be lecture. Most of us, if it is a 1 hour lecture, it's going to be lecture from start till the end. Is it true? True or not? Anybody else is not like me? Maybe it is me. I always do lecture from start till the end without anything. Okay, So what we want to do is in our class, we want to have a lot of activity. For example, ice breaking, and then we have a lecture, and then we have some storytelling, and then lecture again, and then we give them instruction. You can do this, do this, do this, and then we can start again with the lecture, facilitating, storytelling, and then in the end we conclude the class. Okay, so bear in mind, this thing is depend on our planning. We can plan in whatever way we want our class to be. Maybe you want to start with the lecture first, the first 15-minute lecture, and then you start sharing with this storytelling for another 15 minutes, and then you do the instruction and facilitate in another 30 minutes. So it's up to you. Okay, so but we have to plan our class before we do anything. Okay, so we have to keep this rotating. Okay, so any question on this part? If yes, type yes. If no, you can type no. And okay, storytelling to related to the course or any random. It can be random. It can be related to your lecture. Depend. I also have experience where student ask me, "Madam, can you share with me your first love story?" Okay, it happened. Okay, and then some student also, "Madam, what is your meaning they want to share you what's your thought of early marriage." So this one happen usually in the elective subject, so which is the student is already in the 4th year, right? So they want to connect. Yes, of course they want to connect with me. So I share a little bit. So after, okay, then it's only a 5-minute story, then done. Okay, so it can be as something. If you don't know, or if you don't have any story that you want to tell, you might also want to invite somebody into the class. Let's say, for example, you can your subject is related to industry. You might want to invite people from industry to give to share their experience in the class, right? So that's one of the way for us to do the storytelling in the class. Of course, if we invite from the industry, it's going to be a long storytelling sharing, right? So you are done with this one. We are done with this one, right? So any question? No more. No? Okay. So now here we come to the most and interesting part, which is game-based learning. So in this class, we can also integrate some game in the class. So if you can see previously, I can see that we do the ice breaking activity and everything. So in here, I want to share with you. We're going to play some game. Okay, so this one, I want to see back on this part. Present again your group. Okay, not all box is filled in. Okay, can we have the one in the first row to be in group 1? Okay, group 1. So if you can go to this Jamboard, we're going to play some game, which is the crossword. The activity will be the searching the words. Okay, so what before we start, so you can listen to instruction first. Okay, what you have to do. Oh, okay, thank you, Dr. Farah, Diana. Okay, no problem. So the first one, for the one in the first row is going to the group 1. But I'm not sure because it's only 2%, 2, 3. Okay lah kot. Okay, so we have the first, Dr. Natasha, Dr. Zoraida will be in the first page of the, this one. I'm going to present Chrome tab, word puzzle, okay. So if you can see, there are several pages, okay. So maybe you can go to the, for the Dr. Natasha and Dr. Zuraida can be in the first page. And then let me see, Dr. Sohaili and Dr. Jannah in page 2. Dr. Fadila and Dr. Atia on page 3. And then Dr. Mariatul, Dr. Aisyah in page 5. Anybody else? Dr. Who else? I didn't see. Dr. Emilia, Dr. Sadiq. Maybe you can join. Huh?
Marina.
Okay, maybe 3 person. Okay, Dr. Emilia going to the first one, the first group with Dr. Natasha and Dr. Zuraida. And then Dr. Sadiq maybe on the second group. Okay, so now what you have to do is, if you can go to the pen part here, you select the highlighter, and then you can create any color. So you can try to find the first 5. If one group managed to find the first 5 words inside here, you type in the chat team, which team you are that already finished. Okay, so let's say team 1 already finished, team 1 finished. Okay, you can type in the chat later. Okay, everyone is ready? If you are ready, with the count 1, 2, 3, you can start. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can start highlighting. Let's see. Can all of you? Can you highlight it? Because I cannot see anything. Any activity. We found 5 already, Dr. Farah. You are in group? In page 5. Oh, I cannot see the one. Okay, so it's okay. So thank you to everyone. So, and congratulations to group 5. Now, so isn't it interesting to have a little bit of games in the class? Okay, sometimes it doesn't have to be stimulating activity. It can be just a simple activity like that. Okay, so you can try to do some activity like that with the student. So in order to do that, there are a lot of things that we can do using the tools. Okay, so using the tools, there can be a lot of tools. So you have to be careful on which tools you want to use in your class. Okay, so Kahoot, anybody have anything to do? Do you have any experience using Kahoot? If yes, type Y. If no, type N. Yes, yes. So a lot of you already interested know about Kahoot, right? So we also have Quizlet, and that the word search that previously I've done, it can also be played. Excuse me. Quizlet. Anybody is know about Quizlet? Have you ever tried Quizlet before? Okay, so Quizlet is not quite popular yet, but some of you already know. So this one is, I'm showing, because we don't have much time. I already have 15 minutes to go. So I'm just going to show you the example of Quizlet, how the Quizlet look like. Okay, this one, Chrome tab. Okay, so this is example of the Quizlet. Okay, quite slow. Can all of you see the Quizlet? No. So I'm going to give you, I'm not sure if I give you the link, you will be able to see this one. So this showing the Quizlet, if you can, because okay, so it's already showing. So this is the Quizlet. In Quizlet, they can do a lot of things. So for example, you want a student to remember certain part, like, so like this one, it is this one is the flashcard. So let's see this one, a red moist cake with cream cheese icing. So you want to see what is that cake. That one is red velvet cake. Oh, it's quite slow. Can anybody, did you able to go to the Quizlet if through the link? No. Through the link, okay, can. Okay, so that one is one of the activity that I've created previously, in actually is during a training. So in there that you can do a lot of things. If you can see on the left side, there are flashcard, write, spell test, and you can also do some activity like live quizzes or anything else. So this one is one of the activity that you can do using the Quizlet. Okay, so other than that, I would like to also to show you other apps, other tools that you can use, which are quizzes, Socrative, the word search, and also crossword puzzle. We might not be able to see everything in this class because we are short of time. Okay, so but I already give a link. If you can see on the top of part here, I've already linked it with the website to that apps. Okay, so later I'm going to share you the link to the slide before we finish the class. Okay, so now for group activity, I would like you to go to this website. So I would like to introduce not much, only three, which are Miro, Mural, and Padlet. Padlet, many of you already use Padlet, right? Familiar with Padlet? Anybody have experience with the Padlet? Yes, right. Many of you already used Padlet previously. The most interesting one I want to introduce today is Miro, miro.com. Okay, so if you can go to the links, wait, I will share with you. This is one of the activity that we can do using the Miro. So this one you can do a group activity or discussion with the students using this one. Okay, so if you can go to the link, so I'm going to present that Miro pages. Okay. Can you open the Miro? Can you see this one? This. Yes, need to sign up. Yes, for Miro, I think the best way if you can use the Google account. Okay, you have. I'll give you some time to sign up first. Can anyone? Yes. Can everybody sign up to the Miro? Even presenting ini, this one also I cannot. Request access, need to sign up. Oh, you better. Can edit. Okay, invite to link. Anyone? Oh, you cannot. Team access to. Okay, maybe this one I will just show you on this activity. So in the Miro, you can create a certain like, okay, I'm giving access. Sadiq, Dr. Sadiq, give access. If you can go inside there, Dr. Aisha. Okay, Dr. Fadila. Can you go into the mind map that I've already created there? Okay. Okay, so inside here you can create mind mapping, you can create tables, you can create a lot of things. So for example, in here, if you go inside here, you can see 10 words related to today's session. So what you have to do is you can go to the, let's say, type something inside there, you can create what are the 10 words related to the today's session. So let's say connected. You can put Dr. Fadila, Dr. Sadiq, you can go inside there and then you can fill in type something there. Okay, you can put the words inside there. What are the words that related to today's session? Engagement, okay. So Dr. Jana, so wait, I'll give you the access. Okay. Okay, so Dr. Saili, can you go inside here? I've already give the access. Okay. So you can put the 10 words related to today's session inside here. Okay. So these are some activity that we can do with the student in order to make them engage to the class. Okay, so because we are short of time, so I'm going to go to the next uh, topic, which are the last one, which is appreciation. Okay, so I'm going to present again window. The last one, that which is the most important thing, is we want to show that we appreciate their effort to be in the class. Okay, so for example, a student might come up late, a little bit late. It's okay. I appreciate your effort to be in the class, but then if possible in the next class you can come earlier, or maybe you can encourage them to do something like okay, so here is the first person who come to the class will get the golden badge, right? So if someone already finish by the mid break, if the one with the highest badge will get something from me that costs less than 10 ringgit, or maybe like that. So it's up to us. If you don't want to give it in terms of things or something like physical, you can also, okay, those who contribute a lot in the class, you're going to have to get 5 marks for contribution marks in the class or something like that. So you can try to appreciate them so that they will be more engaged to our class. They are good, they feel they are valued in our class, right? So then we always have to say thank you, you know, although we are a lecturer, but we have to thank them. Thank you for being in the class. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for asking question. Thank you. So it's the same to us. If people being nice to us, we are going to feel good with that person, right? We can attach with that person more compared to okay, we move to the next session without saying anything. So they don't feel valued in our class. Okay, so that's the last point for today's session. So now you can ask me anything. Do you have any question? You can unmute and ask question, or you can also type in the chat box. Do you have any question? So because we are going to end our session soon, it's already 3 p.m. No question? If no, you can type N. If you have yes, no. So Dr. Saili, no. Okay, Dr. Jana, Dr. Fadila also no. Okay, so since there is no question, so I'm going to conclude our class. So now let's remind again what are the 8 ways for us to engage students in the online class. Can you type what will be the 8 ways to engage student in online class? What are the 8 points? You can type in the chat. Do you still remember? Okay, the first one will be connect. So connect with the students, and then we can also create the safe environment. We give clear instruction. We keep student in check. We diversify our class in terms of teaching, on storytelling, instructing, and also what is another one? Facilitating. Okay, and the next one is gamification. Don't forget to gamify your class a little bit so that a student will keep engaged with you. And you can also use tools for this activity. And finally is appreciate. So thank you very much before we end, I also give you one is reading assignment. There are 80 tips for remote learning from seasoned educator. So you can go on with the link that I've already put on this part later. Okay. So there are a lot of sharing of the experience from the seasoned educator. Some of them from lecturers, some of them from the teacher, high school teacher. So we can use some of their tips in our learning, remote learning activity. Okay. With that, I would like to thanks everyone for joining my class, webinar today. Thank you for being so engaging with me during the class. I hope you might get a lot of info from my class. So I hope that you all also can join the other webinar that we're going to have in the 30th, if I'm not mistaken, because tomorrow we're going to have the Kulliyyah meeting, right? So, that with that, I would like to say thank you, and I would like to applause everyone for being in this class. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. Thank you. Clap, clap, clap. Okay, Amy. Okay. Assalamualaikum.